or worries that I had, they always seemed to be better by the end of that prayer time and that Bible study time. So, yeah, if you don't constantly, well, it's like an athlete, or it's like someone training to run.
Right.
You have to train every day, right? If you
That's
don't,
right.
you lose your skills. And
Yes.
it's the same thing with spiritual
There's
spiritual health.
There's a ministry called Back to the Bible, and they did a survey, and they found out that Christians who only read their Bible, and that's pretty many times, 3 times a week, those who read it 3 times a week, their lifestyle was no different from a non-believer. So you might be patting yourself on the back saying, well, I read the Bible 3 times this week. Well, according to this survey, your lifestyle is no different. It really is something that we need to do every day. Like with the Israelites when they were in the wilderness, they had to pick the manna every day.
Right.
You know, so it's an encouragement. First of all, it's discouraging to hear in a way what you're sharing, but it can be an encouragement if we say, okay, I don't want the world to influence me. So how, God, can you use me to influence the world? And that's going to be in His Word. And this, what you're writing about, that's what our nation's foundation was built on. And this can inspire us.
It can, but unfortunately, and this is my ministry, my mission, is a lot of it's been stolen from us. It's literally been stolen from us. And I'm not going to say, I do think in a lot of times it's been unintentional. It's just been, if you have a certain worldview, if it's a secular worldview, if it's a Marxist worldview, you're going to look at the world through different lenses than we do.
Definitely.
And you're going to see things different. You're not going to see what we see. But in some cases, I think it is, no question, it's also intentional.
Yep.
It has been intentionally, our Christian history, a lot of it has been stolen from us. And so I'm trying to reclaim one part of it, one small part of it, the history of the schools. But as I go on, I have a second book that I'm working on, and it's going to be more expansive. It's going to deal with, do you know, for example, do you like basketball? You like basketball, Al?
How'd you know that?
How about you, Gwen?
No.
All right, that's okay.
College basketball.
That's
I like
okay.
college basketball.
College basketball. Do you know that we can thank a good Christian man, Dr. James Naismith, for inventing the game of basketball? And do you know that he invented it because he was an important part of the YMCA movement, the Young Men's Christian Association, which at the time was an extremely spiritual organization. It was not and I'm not going to, I go to the Y several times a week, so I like the Y, and they do some great things, and they do have some good charities that they get involved with.
But they've been trying to take the word Christian out of their title and their organization.
Okay, it wouldn't surprise me, but if you go back to when it was founded, the YMCA was a very Christian organization. And so Dr. Naismith, he wanted to combine he wanted to find a game that the young Christian men could play this is in Massachusetts, that they could play in Massachusetts, where they would learn a lot of Christian characteristics and treat each other